Hello, my name is Corey Huggins. I'm a student at HCC, and this is my audience. All right, guys. When I was a kid, I wasn't the greatest student. I was a little wild child. Um, I like to get in a lot of trouble, and it kind of followed me through when I was in high school. I always hung out with kids that were older than me, and I didn't get the best grades, but um, luckily I had a good mom and I had a good support system to influence me to get better grades. And I eventually got a good GPA and I graduated from high school. And from high school, I joined the Navy. And when I was in the Navy, I did 5 years as a aircrew survivalman um, and a plane captain. When I went to boot camp, it was a big change in my life. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I didn't know what I was gonna be doing. Really, I had no idea. And then when I got to boot camp, I got pretty much slapped in the face with reality that um, I can't be a kid anymore. I gotta be a grown man, and I gotta work with other people, and I gotta help them out. We gotta work as a team if we're gonna get through this together. So when I was in boot camp, it was kind of hard to sleep because I didn't know what was going to go on the next day, how hard it was going to be because it was pretty tough. But my grandpa used to tell me when I was a kid, if you start something, don't quit until you finish. And that stuck with me all through boot camp and it got me through it. And then whenever I got out of boot camp, my first duty station was in Fallon, Nevada, which was a command called Top Gun, if you've ever seen the movie with Tom Cruise. So that was my first 2 years of my Navy career. And the way I grew up, I never would have thought that I was going to be doing this. I went from a troubled high school kid to working on fighter jets for the biggest Navy in the world. So it was a big experience to me, and it taught me a lot of skills and how to be a man, and responsibility was one of the biggest. And from there, I got reassigned to a VAW 124 squadron in Norfolk, Virginia. And from there, I did 2 deployments on the USS George H.W. Bush, and I've seen many countries. I went to Greece, Italy, Spain, France, Turkey, Bahrain, Dubai, Oman, and and during those deployments, we were at war with ISIS, and we were doing about 18 airstrikes a day on ISIS, and that was one of the greatest times of my life was on those deployments because I actually felt like I belonged to something that I was doing something better than for just myself. I wasn't being selfish for once. And after my contract ended, I decided to move back home to Tampa, Florida, where I moved back with my parents, and now I'm going to HCC to get my master's degree in physician assistant. And before I joined the Navy, if I was still in high school, I never would have thought that I would be on this path, let alone be in college the way I was going. But luckily for me, I had a fantastic mom and had fantastic grandparents that that taught me a lot of life lessons. And Captain John Paul Jones, he once said, "I have not yet begun to fight." And to me, in my eyes, that means that this is just the beginning, and I can't wait to start. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it.